Okay, so a quick refresher on inferencing. Inferencing, we know, is when you take your schema and your evidence and you create your inference. So basically, you take your prior knowledge, which you already know about life in general, add it to what's literally in front of you, the evidence that you see. And with those two things, you draw a conclusion. In order to cite your textual evidence, of course, that's going to be when you're pulling a quote from the text that best proves what you're saying. Of course, many different quotes could be used. However, you want to pull the one that is without a doubt confirming what you are trying to say. For example, if you get a question that's something like, what can the audience infer about Ellie's attitude towards his faith? And you have this particular excerpt. He watched me one day as I prayed at dusk. Why do you cry when you pray? He asked, as though he knew me well. I don't know, I answered, troubled. I had never asked myself that question. I cried because something inside me felt the need to cry. That was all I knew. Why do you pray? He asked after a moment. Why did I pray? Strange question. Why did I live? Why did I breathe? So here we have to infer because Wiesel doesn't tell us directly how Ellie feels about his faith. Instead, we have to use the other information that we're given in order to figure out how he feels about it. And there's two different quotes that kind of begin to tell us how he feels about it. The first one is when he says, I don't know, I answered, troubled. And that key word there is troubled because he's troubled, meaning unsettled by the fact that somebody's questioning it. And then the second one is, why did I pray? Strange question. Why did I live? Why did I breathe? Between the two, the second quote is going to be the strongest piece of evidence here because troubled is a strong word, but it's not quite as strong as literally questioning, why did I live? Why did I breathe? So if we use that second one, we can come to the conclusion that Ellie feels a very deep commitment to his faith. It has become a part of his identity and who he is to the core because he related it to a function as important as breathing. And you'll notice that with my answer there at the bottom, I have basically followed the race method. All I would need to do is put in that textual evidence there, but I have restated, I have answered, and then I explained.